Meditation is not the elixir to trading. It will not simply make your trading profitable overnight. It's not going to. Test, mic test. I've been curious about meditation for a while, and I decided to give it a go last year, just to really find out what all the fuss is about lah. No harm, right? I mean, just test it out lah. What's the worst that could happen? Waste a couple of minutes a day lah, right? So the reason why I'm doing this video is because you may have heard about some of the benefits of meditation. You may even have heard that meditation would improve your trading, for example. And I wanted to take my experience doing meditation every single day for the past 1 year, and I wanted to evaluate how it's helped my trading, for example. Here's a quick summary of meditation's supposed benefits. You can find all of these on Google. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert in meditation over here. Some of the things that meditation was supposed to do for me was that it's supposed to make me feel calmer, it's supposed to make me feel happier, it's supposed to make me more self-aware, patient, maybe even more creative. And of course, there are many celebrities who swear by meditation. Some of the very prominent ones are Hugh Jackman, there's Oprah, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ellen DeGeneres. These are the celebrities that's been saying meditation is good for you, everybody should check it out. So I did. So here's the reason why I started to do meditation. It really wasn't about trading. There were 3 main reasons why I wanted to do meditation. One of the reasons I did meditation is because I tend to get angry quite easily, and I just want to find a way to calm down. I also heard that meditation can increase that gap between feeling an emotion and then acting because of that emotion. If I didn't have that gap, that would basically mean that I don't have control. And if I can just increase that space, that means I feel angry, but before I actually act on that anger, there's a gap for me to think I should be doing something. I shouldn't just jump into the action. I think will help me a lot. I'm also a curious skeptic. I just want to experience what all the fuss is about. They've been saying so many good things about meditation. Do I feel happier, for example? And I just really want to test it out lah. I also love these sort of daily incremental challenges. When I first did meditation, I just decided, okay, let's just do like 10 minutes. It's not easy to do meditation for 10 minutes, definitely not the first time. Once I knew how difficult it was, I actually fell in love with it because I know that this is something that I can work towards, I can train towards, and as so many people do it regularly, I think that I should be able to do it too. So here's how I meditate. I follow something known as transcendental meditation, which is all I do is I just find a relaxing space, sit comfortably, and put myself into a lotus position. I then set a timer on my phone so that I know when time is up, so that I don't have to keep thinking when is my meditation time going to be up. Just set a timer and then just forget about it. The actual meditation itself is really easy. All I do is I close my eyes and then I breathe in, and then when I breathe out, I just say Rum. And all I need to do is just focus on that word. Inevitably, my mind would wander. Every single time I do meditation, my mind would wander away. So I'm thinking, what am I having for breakfast later? It's kind of cool, isn't it? What am I doing for work later? Stuff like that will flood in. The aim of meditation that I have heard is to catch myself doing those things, catch myself going into a narrative in my brain, and once I realize I'm having that narrative, bring myself back to focusing on the rum. So in terms of meditation for trading, did meditation actually improve my options trading? I'm going to think about whether meditation improved my trading in 2 different forms. The first one is in terms of options strangles. So typically my time range for these strangles is I'm in the trade for between 5 to 20 days. There's something else that I've begun to do recently, which is to scalp on ES futures, S&P futures. So the scalping time range that I do, I'm in the trade sometimes for a couple of seconds, sometimes up to 5 minutes, but typically no more than 5 minutes. So these are very short-term trades. And in terms of whether meditation has improved my trading, we then again have to think about what's the definition of the word improve. When I evaluated my own trading, there are 2 different ways that I can think about improvement. The first way I can think about improvement is how much do I have my own psychology under control. The second way I can think about improvement is, has my trades been more profitable? These are 2 very different things. So first, let's talk about my options strangles. Has meditation improved my trading for my options strangles? Well, in terms of keeping my emotions and my psychology under control, the answer is, without a doubt, yes. First, I'm now acutely aware of all the emotions I'm feeling. I am now very keenly aware that I'm feeling fear or greed. In fact, I can vocalize it in my head and say that, okay, I'm feeling fear. Awareness is basically the first step to keeping everything under control. If we are not even aware of how we are feeling, then it's very difficult to be in control, isn't it? But the important thing here to note is that being aware does not equate to having control all the time. I know when I'm feeling fearful, I know when I'm feeling greedy, and unfortunately sometimes I still take that wrong move, I still take that wrong trade. I knew that I was fearful, and yet I still took a trade when I was fearful. What about profitability then? Has meditation improved the profitability of my options strangles trades? I would love to tell you that the answer is yes, it has been more profitable. But the truth is, no, it hasn't made my options strangles trades more profitable. The reason is because the profits of my options strangles trade depend on the strategy more than it does on my emotions. In my strategy, I use time targets. So for example, if I'm not hitting my profit target, by the time I reach 20-day time target, I am out regardless of what happens. So there are some mechanics in place for me to do that. That has helped me to keep things under control anyway. The critical thing to know here is that these option strangles trades are much longer. Like I said, they are between 5 days to 20 days, and they are not split-second decisions that I have to make. So the time duration plays a very, very big part here. Here's the other way to look at it. If doing meditation allows us to have our mind under control, and if having our mind under control equals to profitability, then everybody that is using algorithmic trading would be profitable anyway, wouldn't it? In fact, what we are then saying is that it doesn't matter what your strategy is. It can be some lousy strategy. As long as I know exactly when to get in a trade, when to get out of the trade, I got all my rules in place, I will always be profitable. The answer is no, it's not. It depends on the strategy as well. If we're executing a strategy that has only a 5% chance of being profitable, and every time you're profitable, it just doesn't cover all the other times that we are not profitable, it doesn't matter how much control we have over our emotions, it is a losing strategy, it is not profitable. Let's switch the time frames around then. Let's talk about scalping on the ES futures that I have recently been dabbling in. This is where meditation should really help me see an improvement. Meditation supposed to help me calm down, it's supposed to not make me jump on impulse. And then in terms of these high stakes, high performance scenarios, meditation should help. Unfortunately though, meditation didn't help me here again. I would definitely prefer to think that meditation has helped my scalping, but again the truth is that it has not. In fact, the amount of help that meditation has provided me in terms of scalping is less than what it has provided me in terms of options strangles. With meditation, it has allowed me to, like I said, have that gap between how I'm feeling a certain emotion and then acting on a certain emotion. But that gap comes at a price, because when it comes to scalping, if we miss that window of opportunity by a second or two, that trade is gone. If you wanted to short the market and you saw that it's right the place to short and you don't take it, in the next second the market tanks by a large amount, it's like you would have taken that trade but you missed it. That gap in time then becomes hesitation, and because of that hesitation, I tend to miss trades. That is not to say that meditation does not help scalping at all. I am saying that meditation did not help me in my scalping. Meditation should help, but yet it didn't help me. Note that in terms of scalping futures, I am relatively new. I've been scalping futures for about half a year now, so I haven't had that much experience. So here's an analogy to help me put what I want to say in a more visual way. Imagine that you are driving on the road. You see a vehicle that's traveling slowly and then you want to overtake that vehicle, something that happens very, very often. As you come closer and closer to the vehicle that you want to overtake, this vehicle slowly starts to change lanes into your lane. The inexperienced driver would be shocked. In fact, the inexperienced driver might do something such as slam on the brakes. An inexperienced driver with 10-year meditation might be able to recognize that the driver is in shock. However, that driver would not have enough experience to know what is the right steps to do to mitigate this situation, because it happened quite suddenly. Compare that to an experienced driver, somebody who's been driving on the roads for 20-30 years. These things happen, and they happen fairly regularly such that we know how to react. All we have to do is just decelerate, just allow the car to come on the overtaking lane, and then whether we want to curse and swear at the driver is another issue, right? We can curse at the driver later, we can blast our horn at him if we choose to. Meditation would help there. But in the actual situation where we had to control the car, meditation does not help. What helps us is our experience. What helps us is this constant repetitive experience that we've seen this happen before, here's what we need to do. Hence, this analogy applies to scalping. I am the inexperienced driver. Meditation allows me to know that I'm feeling greedy or I'm feeling fearful, but it doesn't tell me what to do. I don't react reflexively because I just don't have enough experience yet. Would I recommend daily meditation for other traders out there? Yes. Ironically, even though I said it didn't help my profitability both in option strangles and then in scalpings, but I would definitely say yes, I would recommend doing daily meditation for all traders out there. The awareness and the clarity that I have gained through meditation is just simply priceless. I'm also able to rein in my monkey mind more easily. I know my mind is feeling a particular way, but this monkey mind, does not control me, I do. And I have my entire life and hence my entire trading under a lot more control. But I'm also saying that you need to set the correct expectations for what meditation can do for your trading. Meditation is not the elixir to trading. It will not simply make your trading profitable overnight. It's not going to. It's just another tool for all of us, whether it be in trading or at work or sports. Just have the right expectations for what meditation can do and cannot do for your trading. It's also important to note that all the meditation in the world will not rescue a poor strategy. We need to know what a good strategy is. We need to be able to put in a strategy that we know in the long term has been proven to work, that is profitable. Then we work on our meditation. So has this video on meditation helped you? Has meditation helped you in terms of your trading? Let me know in the comments below. That's the video for this week. I'll see you next week. Until then, have a good day.